Cheryl, you're the worst. I made a huge mistake living anywhere close to you. If only I made it more clear to Logan before that I wanted to live closer to my parents, you would never be around us.
Good evening, Isabel. What has gotten into you this time? What have I done to you that is so bad? Can you please explain that to me before we get any further with this?
You went out and made a duplicate key of our house's key without ever asking me first. And then you used that key to get into our house without being invited.
Huh?
While me and your son have been out of the house, you have been coming in and doing as you please. If that isn't you trying to mess with me, then I don't know who is. But there isn't anybody else close by to us who would want to mess with me, so it has to be you. I have only been married to your son for 2 weeks now, and you're already going to start picking on me? You are the worst person ever.
Can you calm down a little bit first? Tell me, when did all of this happen? Why do you think that I'm the one that made a duplicate key for your house and have been going in there uninvited while you guys are out of the house?
Why are you trying to play dumb with me? This all happened just today. I'm not sure why you come over here all the time and what you're trying to do, but every time we go out, we come home to things in our room and the living room being misplaced. Things like this can only be done by one person, and that's you. We all know it.
Well, all day today, I've been downtown at work.
Huh?
My normal week consists of me having to work Monday through Friday and having the weekends off. I get plenty of holidays as well, and sometimes I'm asked to travel out of state for work. That's the kind of schedule I have working for this company.
I thought that you were just a part-timer.
No, I'm working full-time, actually, and my time in the office is usually from 8 to 4. And today was no different, as I had to be into work by 8, and then I wasn't home until around 5. And I only get around an hour for lunch, which isn't enough time for me to come all the way to your guys' house and do anything there.
Huh?
Trying your hardest to blame someone without any evidence is not okay, Isabel. Next time, I'd like you to be a bit more careful, okay?
Cheryl, what is wrong with you?
Isabel, what is it today?
The food that I made for dinner today. You came in and threw it in the trash on purpose. That is so messed up of you.
Can you please explain to me what happened this time that makes you think it was me?
I'm talking about what you did during the day today. I know that you were waiting for us to be out of the house and then came inside with that duplicate key to go through our fridge. And the food that I made for us to have for dinner today was all sitting in the trash can outside. You threw it all away, didn't you?
So this happened today, huh?
Today is a Saturday, so you can't try and use being at work as an excuse on me. I bet you're the kind of wife that thinks it's okay to serve up frozen dishes to your family. And when you heard about me making my own fresh dishes for your son, you became jealous and wanted to have a reason for tossing it in the trash. I bet you're going to tell me that it tasted bad, and that'll be your excuse this time. You are the frickin' worst.
Well, I'll have you know, Isabel, that since yesterday evening I've been out of the state and have been on my way to Colorado for a conference.
Huh?
I actually had to leave right after work yesterday, so I haven't been home for the last 36 hours or so. And I've been out of town for the last 24 hours or so on my way to the conference. So I'm sorry to say this, but I haven't had the time to come over to your place to do that today, nor have I even been in the same state.
Huh?
I'm sure that you thought because today was Saturday I wouldn't have work and could have come over to your house. But I'm not in town right now, so you cannot keep trying to blame me for whatever happened to that food you cooked up for dinner.
Is that so?
If you're so worried about having someone coming into your home all the time and doing these things, then maybe put up some security cameras. Then you should be able to catch the person responsible. Now I'll be going.
Mom, do you have a second?
How's it going, Logan?
Well, I have something to ask you.
What's up?
I feel that a couple of days ago, you may have been contacted by Isabel about something having happened to the food she had made for dinner that night.
You're talking about last Saturday, right? She did, in fact, text me about something to do with her food. But what's happened now since then?
Once again, her cooking was tossed in the trash today.
Seriously?
And once again, she's back at it trying to blame you for doing this to her. She's telling me that last time you did a good job running away from her. But she knows that when we're out of the house, you come inside and taste her cooking to see if it's good enough for me or not.
She still thinks it's me. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm out of the state again today.
Wait, is that true?
just after getting back from Colorado over the weekend. The company had me sent back out to another conference, but this time in Wyoming. There have been a lot of things going on within the company's world, and so I've been out of the state since last Friday and probably won't be home until this Friday.
What about Dad? Ever since he retired from his job, he's been home quite a lot, right?
Well, your dad told me that since I'm not around the house for a whole week, that he's back in New York at his dad's house helping take care of him while he visits. And he won't be coming back home until the day after I get back from Wyoming, which will be this Saturday.
So in other words, neither you or Dad have been in town since last Friday then?
That's right.
I see. All right then. So you said that you'll be back in town by Friday, right?
Well, as long as there isn't any place else I have to go after here.
So in another 2 days. All right. Take a little time to rest and think about all of this. So I'll get in touch with you again later.
If you have any more questions after this, you can feel free to ask me any time.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
Oh my. Oh my.
Cheryl?
It seems that I ended up in a pretty awkward spot just a second ago and saw some things. I just saw the two of you run off in a panic outside, and I just wanted to know if everything was okay there. I hope that the two of you are being careful right now since you're out in public in the nude.
Why? Why have you come all the way home already? From what I heard from Logan, you're not supposed to be back in town until Friday. Which means you shouldn't be home until tomorrow, right? Why are you home so early?
Well, that conference that I went to ended up ending earlier than expected, so I was able to come back home a day earlier. But, Isabel, I want to ask you, why have you been over at my house all day without me around, relaxing and treating the place as if it's your own? And not just relaxing, but fooling around with a man I've never seen before. You do realize that this house is the home of your husband's mother and father, right? And you have been in it while we've been gone doing what, exactly?
I have...
This is unacceptable, Isabel. You have been blaming me for so long for picking on you and coming into your house while you've been out. But from what I've seen, you've been waiting for the right time when my husband and I are gone to come into our home uninvited. What the hell were you thinking?
Mom! What happened to Isabel?
Oh my, so it seems that you finally made it back home from work then?
I want to know what's happening with you guys. When I tried speaking with Isabel about you guys, she started to freeze up and not want to talk to me anymore. And as of right now, she's locked herself in our room and won't come out to talk to me.
My, oh my. I wonder if I went a little too far.
I'm being very serious about this right now, Mom. When I got home, I saw that her clothes were thrown all over the place. And they're wet?
Right. She must have found some place outside to get changed back into her clothes then before making it back to your place.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't really want to think about what she could have done, but if you really have been picking on her, and this is another part of it, I might have to say goodbye to you forever, Mom.
Logan, I know that it's your job as her husband to trust everything she says and does around you, but I just want you to know, if you have it in yourself to doubt her for 1 second, and have the will to look deeper into what she's been doing, really start to think about if she's a trustworthy wife after all. So to start, please look around and see if you can find anything about her that's not quite right.
Huh? What? Is there actually something going on that I don't know about?
There is, unfortunately. There's something about her you should be doubtful of. I think you need to seriously start rethinking your relationship with her and question her loyalty to you.
Huh?
Logan, can you come over to my house right away? I know that this might not be the best time for you, but I have some things here that I'd like to tell and show you that might help you better understand what's been going on with her.
All right. Mom, I'm not really sure what to say about all of this. But for starters, I want to say thank you. When you showed me the image of that man she's been with, I felt like I knew him. And now it's come back to me that he's in fact her ex-boyfriend.
That's right. Isabel's ex.
I'm going to take a second look further into him and see what I can find out.
If you have anything else you need help with, just ask.
Sounds good. I'm sure I'll need your help again very soon.
Daryl! What the hell have you told Logan? He's asking for me to divorce him right now.
Oh my. Perhaps I should be explaining this to you a bit more so that you have a better understanding of why this is. Well, I shouldn't have to explain anything to you, because you should be well aware of what you did to cause all this.
Well, but ever since that happened, Logan hasn't said anything to me about it. And actually, I thought as my husband he would have believed what I was saying about you over what you said to him. If only you would have come back on the day you told us you'd be back, none of this would ever be happening to me.
And had you just listened to what I had told you, you would have never had to try to blame me for picking on you all those times when someone else was in your house. But now that I think about it, you were only blaming me so that Logan would look away from you cheating on him and be focused on trying to get answers from me.
What?
To put it this way, I'm sure that you've been giving that man that you've been sleeping with a duplicate key to your house and that he's been the one going in there and messing around. But you've wanted to keep that fact hidden from Logan, so you blame me for it, trying to get Logan to think the same thing. But remember, I have rock-solid evidence of me not being in town or being at work whenever you accuse me of being the one in your house. So Logan never has a reason to doubt me, and has only had further reason to doubt you.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, Isabel. And even if you say you don't, we all know what's been happening, and that you are the only one that none of us can trust. I'm sure that those times you blamed me for throwing away your dishes, it's been really the man you sleep with eating them whenever he comes over to fool around with you. And you do your best to hide that from Logan by making up a quick dish before he comes home from work. What's funny, though, is the last time you tried blaming me, it wasn't your cooking that your secret man ate, but the cooking that Logan had prepared in advance for dinner that he ate. That time you had no idea what the recipe was for Logan's meal, and so you had no way of covering up what had happened, right?
I didn't actually think that Logan could ever cook like that.
And that's why things began to fall apart really badly with your lies. Because you said that I threw away the dish you cooked, even though that time it was Logan's dish. But it's not like it would have mattered anyway, considering that even if it was your cooking and you tried to blame me for it, I still had evidence that I was not in town, and not even in the state during that time.
Why were you not around during that time?
Stop trying to complain about me, please. The only person you should be complaining about now is yourself. But even after everything I've said and about what's going to happen to you, you still seem to not want to apologize for it.
What are you trying to say?
It's already a very bad thing that you've been cheating on my son with another man, but the fact that while I've been gone out of state, as well as while my husband's been gone out of state, you took the duplicate key to my house from Logan, and you went into my house uninvited to finally have a place where you could make love to this unknown man without there being anyone around the place to see you. But right as you both got heated up in my house, I came back home a day earlier than expected. And it's because of me being home early that I was able to see you on top of that man on my couch, right as I walked in through the front door. And as soon as you both saw me come in, you both bolted out the house with your clothes in hand and fully naked. Honestly, you are such a frickin' whore, you.
Well, what do you want me to do about it? Right now I'm so worried about everything that's going on now that I can't even think straight enough to try and lie about what happened.
I'm sure that after seeing how Logan wants to leave you now, you're starting to realize there is no way out of this now?
Well, I don't want to get a divorce, though. He's even telling me that he's going to get a settlement from me now. I know that he's going to be allowed to get that settlement because he has so many reasons to get it from me.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, as for you breaking into my house uninvited, as well as you having sex on my bed, all the furniture, and eating a lot of the food in my house, I'm going to be asking for around $15,000 from you and your secret partner to pay for me to get brand new furniture and restock my fridge and wine cellar.
$15,000?
You have to understand that my furniture was not cheap. And the bed especially, it was specially crafted for my husband and I since we both have trouble sleeping. And he has a bad back that requires a very high-quality mattress. It was so nice finally being able to get that mattress and all the nice bedding a year ago, and now it's been ruined by you. I'm so upset.
It really did feel amazing having sex on that bed. And now I know why.
You must have been going at it with him for a long time. And I can tell that by how wrinkled all the bedding is, even after a few days. But I've thrown all the bedding out now, and we will have to wait a whole week for any new furniture and bedding to arrive. Now, with all of that...
Huh?
Isabel, I'm aware that you don't have a good standing with your parents right now and might not be able to go home to them. Well, I think Logan and I are going to do the same thing and cut ties with you and never let you in our lives again. So please, hurry up and sign those divorce documents and then pay whatever needs to be paid by you.
Wait! Right now I'm not working a job and I don't have the money to pay. What should I do?
Well, if you're in a pickle, think about how to get out of it yourself.
But I'm saying that I don't know what to do right now.
I'm going now.
What? For crying out loud, I'm asking you to help me, Cheryl.
After that, all of the messages from Isabel began to really get on my nerves. And as for my son, who was back living with us at our house for a while, his phone was the same, being blown up by messages from her. So to stop her from ever causing us any sort of annoyance ever again, we both blocked her number. Following that, we also worked on selling the house that Logan was living in with her, since it had been spoiled by her and her secret man. Logan was also able to get a decent settlement from her not too long after selling the place, and was able to then move out of our house and into a new place on his own. And as for me, I was also able to get that $15,000 I had asked for, and was able to get all new furniture and bedding. Things had finally calmed down for all of us after that bumpy road with Isabel, but the same cannot be said for her. For starters, her and that secret man ended up having multiple fights about money and everything, and ended up breaking up. This also meant she could not stay in his small apartment any longer, and was forced onto the street, where she now calls home and has to make do. And we found out that the only way she was able to pay my son and I the money we asked for was through her parents, who already didn't like her. So after receiving their generosity like that, she was forced to start working day and night to pay them back all that money she took from them by the end of the year. But of course, the end of the year is only 2 months away now, and so for her to be able to pay all of that money back to her parents, she might really need to step up the pace and just forget about ever having free time, or time to sleep.
Thank you for watching and listening.